KINOPO. This is a group who I really enjoy. In fact, if you see the annual end of year awards we do for Japanese music on my other channel, Baka Broadcast, we've been doing that for like 6 years. It's going to be the 7th year this year. And last year, I gave T, their single and music video, I gave that the award for being the best single and music video combo, because this group, they have so much personality, they have such catchy and also interestingly written songs, but then they pair that up with music videos that are often really creative, really interesting. And that's why this one that came out, just an hour ago, this really caught my interest. Because, well, apart from the fact that it's KINOPO, of course it caught my interest, was also the fact that the music video for this, the thumbnail, is just them walking through what looks like a countryside scene, and looking at this first frame, it all looks very normal. Well, they're all basically sleeping in the same old, I'm guessing, countryside house here. But I don't know what direction it's going to go in. I mean, given that it's a more sober-looking video, will it be a ballad? It's 5.5 minutes long, so it's definitely going to be quite a lengthy song by KINOPO standards. Let's find out. I'm just intrigued. I really love this group. To me, this is like a really great example of what a great idol or J-pop group can be, in that they've kind of got the rebellious attitude that we expect from all idol groups, that you expect from things like, when we had Bish and stuff like that. But at the same time, they've also got that charm that is very much in line with an old school idol group, where it's approachable, it's fun, it's welcoming, it's not too edgy. It's just like that nice balance. So that, combined with all the creativity that they often show in their output, really exciting to see anything from KINOPO. So let's check it out. This is their brand new song. This is a brand new music video. Let's give it a go. Oh, there's the music. Ooh. Is this like a dream scene? Loving the imagery. Yeah, the imagery is really cool. Slow rock build up. Waiting for the drop. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. Yeah, this kind of like dream sequence imagery is amazing. Strings, and now the sort of calming summer vibe again, watermelon and everything. Drum work in this is fantastic. It keeps the tension rolling. There we go. Finally the beat settles. Almost 2 minutes into the song. Harmony as well. I love how every image you see in the video as well looks like it comes straight from a photo book. Lovely vibrato there. In a way, this feels so different from them, but yet that quality. We'll get some darker imagery coming in now. Yeah, the vocals are gorgeous in this. It's so satisfying visually and audio. This is really good. I was expecting a breakdown there, but instead it's just a build up. This mid-tempo pre-chorus is really lovely, and again the drum work. That's so good. I'm really impressed. Oh, that's nice, that little ramped up note there. That was a great build up. Let's get some credits on the screen. We need some credits for that. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's superb. That's gorgeous. Look, I have to say, the credits down screen. I have to say, in all honesty, that was just so. Yeah, I mean, immediately do the important thing, pop a like on that. And why am I not? That was so. Just so satisfying, both musically and visually. Now, a lot of, not all, but a lot of KINOPO songs kind of go for like a fairly rock-focused sound. They're not so experimental with a lot of production and things. They tend to make songs that sound like they could be band songs, which is actually something that I very much put as a credit to them. They have this kind of strange rawness to their sound, as well as being such a great idol / pop group. What's really interesting here, though, is that you really feel it a lot through the drums, you feel it through the emotional build-up, and you hear it most importantly in the vocals. Each individual member is bringing their own vocal style in a way that is really noticeable. I love these kind of groups where each singer has their own sound, which is very identifiable. You can really hear the differences between their voices, which then also means that when they sing chorally, when they all come together for that chorus, it feels so satisfying because you go from each individual voice adding its own character to them all being this one unified thing. I mean, it seems so simple, and yet there are so many idol groups and pop groups who don't do that. They don't take advantage of that difference between the individual voices and the choral thing, and maybe because they're not as confident about the individual talents of their individual members singing. But KINOPO really bringing an A game here in just vocal quality. But as I say, it's really beautifully backed up by the song, and the song itself very much is this kind of beautiful rock and roll ballad. It keeps the tempo going, and yet it has a slow moving melody. It has this big sort of chorus that really, you can feel it pulling at your heartstrings. You can feel the passion and the emotion in the melody, which again is another great thing to have good singers with good delivery for. So just everything about that is superb. But as I said before, drums. The drum work in this is superb. The way it comes in, very sort of subtle, and then when finally the beat drops in, it's like in little bursts and then stop. Da 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 cha-cha, stop. Da 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 cha-cha, stop. I love that little way that the beat sort of burst, stop. And then you get the pre-chorus where it breaks down to more of a mid-tempo. The snare work in this as well. The little bouncing snare lines in this. if you listen to the way, so it was about 1 minute 40, I think, the point that the actual beat properly came in, and we got like a traditional style rock and roll beat. Up until that point, the drums have been doing all these clever little interesting things. See, at this point, it's just timekeeping. Just tapping the hat. And then listen to that, like, the snare. Instead of just being kick snare, like that little double tap on the snare adds this sort of sense of slightly unsettled feeling to it. Then we get this mid-tempo. A little bit slower, a little bit calmer at this point. You're still getting the double tap on the snare. Now it's a snare roll. And then finally, we get a rock and roll beat. Even then, you're getting a little bit of a double tap on the snare, but I just love the fact the beat feels so creative, and it feels like you can really feel the real drum kit in there. Yeah, the drum work in this was superb. I mean, everything in this was superb, but it's interesting when you, especially in I hate to keep on referring to it as idol music, because in a way that's almost like taking such a wide genre and trying to push it down into one stereotype. But it is true that when you hear music that is based like this behind like a J-pop group of, well, let's be honest, they're idols, it's very interesting and different when the drum beat feels this raw and it feels like this cared for. So I really love that aspect of it. But one more thing that I have to talk about, obviously, is this music video. This music video is really cool. I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the thumbnail and it's them walking through the countryside, and then I saw that first frame when I was setting up to watch, and it all looks very sort of sedate, I was thinking, okay, is this going to be one of those like videos that sometimes groups do where they kind of phone it in? It's like, well, we don't have a budget for a music video, so let's just it's the summertime, let's just go out into the countryside, little video of us walking around, that's enough, it'll make everyone happy, it's got summer vibes. Lots of groups do that, and it's just sort of like you get a very generic video where they just walk around, and it's like, hey, we like the summer, do you like the summer? Everyone likes the summer. But I should have guessed, KINOPO, it wasn't going to be that simple. Yes, we've got all this imagery, which is very familiar imagery, you know, having something to eat while the sun comes in through the window. You know, even them sleeping on the floor, you know, them all around. I didn't even notice them brushing their teeth together. That's really cool. The bits of them sort of lying on the floor. But even shots like this, you start to notice, this is really interesting framed. They come back to this over and over again, these vertical shots. And this is quite high up. This must have taken a fair amount of equipment to film, because to film from that high up without someone's feet getting in the shot, you've got to have proper cameras on, proper mounts and everything. But then, so these shots are really great, and they do these for each member. But then you get the shots as like this sort of bit outside, where each of those individual scenes, you then have it with the overlaid, kind of graphically overlaid objects and things like that. This is gorgeously done. I mean, the imagery there is so good. It's so well done. And even that's so surreal, isn't it? Like the gigantic gate over the city. KINOPO, I believe, I'm going to get so much trouble if I'm wrong. I think they're from Kyoto. Because I know if you say someone's from Kyoto and they're from Osaka, then they get angry. If you say they're from Osaka and they're from Kyoto, they get angry. I'm pretty sure they're from Kyoto, because this looks like Kyoto. This looks like the river in Kyoto as well. I could, if I'm wrong, forgive me. But I'm like 90% certain they're from Kyoto. Forgive me. I love Kyoto. Anyway, but yeah, so the imagery is really gorgeous there. But it's surreal. And as I mentioned, from the very get-go, when you're cutting in and out of all of these shots of them lying down, you're getting little images of what looks like a dream sequences. So it's almost like, are they awake? Are they asleep? Are they dreaming? Is the video reality, or is it just what they're seeing in their heads? Also, like, even just as this shot pans across, how if you ignore the cutaways, you can see it like the sun's coming up. It gets brighter as it goes. So it pans across, and then by the time we get to the end, it's much brighter than it was when it started. Just like little touches like that. There's so much beautiful detail in this video. Oh yeah, of course it's in Kyoto. We've got the arches, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely Kyoto. Okay, it's Kyoto. Okay. Sorry. I was just fixated on that one shot and worrying too much, but yeah. Yeah, everything about this video is so beautifully constructed. Each one of these shots, as I said, could on its own just be an image out of a photo book. I mean, even that. Even the shot, this is so well constructed. Every single shot is beautifully constructed in this video, except for that one blurry frame. Why would I do that? I'm going to get all the blurry frames now. But I think this is absolutely gorgeous. And to me, it just demonstrates that the director is absolutely on top of their game. Superb stuff. Even that blurry shot, well framed. This is fantastic. I really like this. It just demonstrates that if there's one thing you can say about KINOPO, is that the level of quality they maintain is so high in everything they put out. And you put that together with the fact that personality-wise, they are definitely one of the just most compellingly fun and interesting groups. Yeah, KINOPO, top of the game. Brilliant stuff. I hope you enjoyed this as well. As always, get in the comments. Tell me what you think. Remember, we have got a Discord link below, and our Discord is a great place to talk to other people who are into all different types of Japanese music. Share what you like. Get suggestions from them and everything on the community. And until I either see you there or in the comments, I'm looking forward to speaking about this one a little bit more. But until then, for now, enjoy KINOPO and ciao ciao.